Welcome to Same Spit Different Face Podcast, where my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and click the like button. Before I start this video, I want everyone to know that I am giving away a free custom sports jersey of the team of your liking once I reach 1,000 subscribers. How do you enter to win this free custom jersey? Just click the subscribe button. Thanks. So, I'm back again with my boy at J Think Ill, and what I want to talk about is Lamelo Ball and Scott Van Pelt. So, today, what Scott Van Pelt did, it was commendable. You know, he went on ESPN today, Sports Center, and he said he was wrong about Lamelo Ball. And he basically talked about how like Lamelo used to chuck threes and he looked immature and all these type of things, right? So obviously at 15, a guy's gonna look like this. But this is what I really didn't like about his apology. He apologized while at the same time trying to attack and tear down Lavar Ball. Like he said something to the extent of like when LaMelo should have been over in the mall flirting with girls. Instead, he was overseas in Lithuania playing basketball. And I feel like that's some bullshit to say, right? Because if LaMelo was 16 and he had a chance to go be a foreign exchange student, nobody would say anything. You feel me? But the powers that be, which is the NCAA, they like to make people think that they need college and they try to frown on other options because they want all the money to funnel through them. So, although I don't agree with everything LaVar Ball has done, you got to really sit back and look at LaVar Ball's resume. He met their mother in college. He told her they was going to do something beautiful. He married her. He had 3 kids by her. He never cheated on her. He made it to the NFL. He played for the Eagles. He also played for somebody else practice squad. He took that money and turned it into a training business, which is most people never talk about that. They talk about the Big Baller brand and they say how he tries to ride his son's coattail. But before that, LaVar Ball had his own business of a celebrity trainer because back in the day, if you ever seen a picture of him, he was built like Jello, just more cut and more muscular and taller. So I just don't like the way that Scott Van Pelt took the time to praise LaMelo but down his father. And it's a bad thing that a lot of these people are trying to do, man. They basically trying to say, yeah, these kids need to come in their own. They need to be their own man. Who who used to wake up at 6 and 5 a.m. in the morning to get these kids prepared to play basketball? Who was the one who moved them out to a nice suburban area so they don't have to grow up in poverty? Who was the one who, when their mom got sick, said, nah, I'm not going to send her to therapy. I'm going to take a roll back and take a step back and basically, help her get better. And she did get better. And also, people criticize him a lot for what happened with Alan Foster. The only reason Alan Foster got a position to get in where he fit in was because once Tina got sick, he took over the Big Baller brand day-to-day operations. So I feel like if this was anybody else, they would have looked at them as a victim. Like, oh, how can this guy come around and they give them this great opportunity, and in spite of this opportunity that they gave him, he decided to steal from them. I think LaVar is like the low-hanging fruit. I think what LaVar represents is everything that a lot of people in white America don't like. The loudmouth, successful black man who take no shit from no one. And I have to say, I don't agree with everything he do, but one thing I do agree with is that he love his kids and he just want the best for them. So what I really don't like is how they try to draw this divisiveness through them with the media. And to me, that shit is just nuts. Like, I can't believe they be trying to do that to him. But what do you think about it?
All right, I seen Scott Van Pelt intro, and he fucking ethered the whole family He came at Lonzo, then he came at Jello, then he threw Lamelo on the bus, and then he jumped on Lavar. So he was petty as hell for his intro, but I commend him for admitting that he passed judgment on a teenager. Like, bro, so what? He was cherry picking. He ain't have to do nothing. He was a 15-year-old prodigy. You feel me? I don't really see no motherfucking clips of Jordan sticking defense in college. I see shit about him hitting game winners. So Scott Van Pelt, but what? Once again, I commend Scott Van Pelt.
I don't.
He took a segment and he highlighted Lamelo, but at the same time, I get why you don't, because he technically had to do that. Because bro is now a projected
exactly, and that's my point. He tried to take the high road because he know eventually he's gonna want to do a interview with Lamelo. But
it's not gonna happen.
My whole point is, how can you try to tear down someone's father in order to build up the child? Like, without Lavar, it's a lot of things they don't get now. Granted, you have to have the talent. You have to put in the work. Nobody can do the work for you. But it's still a level of gratitude that you should pay to Lavar. If for nothing else, he put them in a position where they didn't have to be in the streets. Like, and everybody I don't understand where this coat riding narrative come from. Like, Lavar was living in Chino's Hill, which is a better suburb in LA. They lived in a big house before they got that big baller mansion. So I don't understand.
Check it out. You can feel how you feel about Scott Van Pelt, but at the same time, you got to look at it. LaMelo is where he is because of his daddy. You feel me? Yes. All right. What's R.J. Hampton? Ain't that the other dude that played in that same league? His daddy. Nobody frowned at his daddy. R.J. Hampton had a reality show too on Overtime. Nobody frowned at his pops for him skipping college and going over there. You feel me? They just came at Melo. I think they came at Melo because of what happened to Jello. You feel me? What Jello plan didn't work out well because first the stealing in China, and then leaving UCLA, and then the President Trump. Like, Jello shit was surrounded by some bullshit. So it make it easier to say, okay, the third son gonna follow in the same footsteps as the second son. But me and you had this conversation a million times. What he did with Melo, it was great for his career. It probably wasn't great for him as a teenager, but I think those are young lessons that he learned, that when he do make it to that final step as the NBA, he gonna know how to conduct himself as a professional.
And that's all that's running through my mind right now. He used that time. He didn't use that time to learn how to play basketball because he already knew how to do that. He used that time to become more mature. Like, I even just watched Melo from when, like, season 1 of Ball in the Family to now. He don't answer every question they give to him, because at first he would just answer any question exactly how he felt. Now he's a little more thoughtful when he speak. He takes his time. Even if we can look at how his game developed, he used to be shoot first, and now he shoot first, pass second. And at first it was shoot first, shoot second, shoot third. So, I mean, once again, I don't like Scott Van Pelt for this situation. I'm not a fan of his anyway, of a lot of stuff he do. I just feel like he's condescending in a lot of things he do. He backtrack. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do something and say something, double down. And if you're going to apologize, really apologize. Don't give the disclaimer, because that's another part that I have a problem with. He's basically apologizing, but on the other hand saying, well, I had good reason to talk about him like this. And that's like a backwards apology. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I apologize from stealing from you, but my rent was due. No, that doesn't matter that your rent was due. You shouldn't have stole from me. You should have asked me. So he can't get on there and say, yeah, I apologize because he was a young kid. And like I said, if he was a scholar going over there to Lithuanian for a foreign exchange class, and he was gonna be going to school there for 2 years, nobody would say anything about that. And I think the money aspect is the biggest part of it. And now he see that everybody talking about it. He see that everybody talking about he about to be the number one or the number two pick. And now he trying to act like he's doing something so noble and so honorable. If he really wanted to be honorable, he should have went on there and swallowed his pride, been humble, and focused the piece only on Lamelo. And to me, this is kind of what I tell you sometimes what certain women do when they get into it with somebody. You know, they'll rile up a man, they'll talk crazy to him, and then they'll say, "How you gonna talk to a female like that?" And then, no matter what that guy said, no matter how valid his point may be, everybody started to focus on the point of like, damn, you right. He is a man. He's talking to a woman like that. Why is he talking to a woman like that? Instead of just paying attention to all the nasty and malicious things the woman just said to him. So I really don't like Scott Van Pelt after this even more.
They gonna have to rewind this shit because we predicted this shit. What, like 6-7 months ago?
Yeah, we've been saying it longer than that, but I want to say it was at least 5 because we only been up and running for 5 months. So, yeah, it's been at least 5 months, and yeah, like when everybody was saying, what's so funny is when they was saying he was projected to go in the top 25, like between 20 and 25. That's when we did that video, and I said, yeah, he probably gonna go like top 3, but I really think number 1. So, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's nice when your opinion turn out to be facts, man. I like this. I like the whole family structure that they have, man. I think that Lavar Ball is the type of parent that he gives his kids the tools they need. He pushes them in the right direction, but he don't force the situation. I don't feel like he forced the situation, and I just don't understand why so many people are upset with him. And like, I'm finna tell you, I ain't gonna say the only difference, but the two biggest difference between him and LeBron James is that he's a loudmouth and he didn't make it to the NBA. But other than that, they got the same story.
Hey man, I'm just happy that you finally started watching Ball in the Family, bro.
I've been watching Ball in the Family since day one. Knock it off.
I tried to put you on it. You said, nah, you don't even fuck with Facebook, all that goofy shit. I'm like, bro, this shit hot. You feel me? So I'm happy that you finally took my advice and got an insight. No, you probably only started watching it because that clip went around Lavar and Lonzo going back and forth about BBB.
Bro, are you nuts? I've been watching since season 1, man.
Hey,
knock it off.
Scott Van Pelt, don't be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
don't
man.
be that guy. Don't jump on the train when that bitch smoking hot.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm gonna start calling. I'm gonna start calling people who don't double down and just bite over all their words, or just people who don't really apologize. I'm gonna start calling them Scott Van Pelt. I hate that, man. He could have and this is another thing that I don't like that I noticed. It was a classless apology, and no one will ever call him out for being classless because they don't like Lavar. And that's one thing I hate about society. We allow people to treat people we don't like very poorly for the sake of who gives a fuck. It's that person. And we shouldn't do that. We should require people to treat all people the same. I mean, if it's that heinous and it's that bad, send them to jail. But if it's not a crime, people are allowed to think how they want to think. People are allowed to do what they want to do and say what they want to say. You allowed to feel like you don't like that he's a loudmouth, but that's just a personality trait of him being obnoxious. And as I pointed out, he married his college sweetheart. He grew up and took care of all 3 of his kids. He never cheated, never been locked up, never been in a scandal. Got 3 boys playing professional ball right now. And
but he's the bad guy. But I need y'all to do me a favor, man. Follow my boy at JThinkIll on all platforms. And if you want me to keep you up on Lamelo Ball, Lavar Ball, Lonzo, the other brother, click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Peace.